Hello, this is Olga Jevtich. I'm a fashion designer, Miss Virginia Senior America 2003. Thank you very much for tuning in today, and this is Fashion Notes. Designers are showing lots of bright colors for spring and summer, especially white, and more white. With all those colors, nothing can ever replace LBD. It's a little black dress. LBD works for any occasion at any time of the year, and simple change of accessory can make look like a different outfit. Basically change the look, and the dress can go year round. A well-chosen dress can be worn for years in smarter style investment, and women can make. It stretches your wardrobe and personal style to the next level of chic. Lace is showing in many collections, adding very romantic look, especially in faded pastel colors and cocktail and evening gowns, all in a long and lean silhouette with no puffs. Today, women like to have a hint of lace under white blouse or lacy camisole under the blazer. Also, crocheted look is very popular. One of the favorite ways to spruce up a look is with a new bag. Choices are limitless, from woven style, embellished and metallic. Armani, toning down the glitz for spring and summer, is showing lots of tailored suit dresses in very pale shades in neutral tone, sleek body and changing silhouette with just enough frilly details to make a woman soft and beautiful. The new trends, the skinny straight pencil slim jean is the new must-have item. Wide belts in different fabrics, leather or even velvet. Baby doll dresses, but watch out if this is for you. It helps if you are young and tall. Cuffed shorts team with a cropped jacket or vest. Super lean pants, tailored and slashed just above the ankle. Wedge heel, chunky heel platforms. Anything nude. Nautical colors, sailor stripes and bold brass buttons. Small bags and extra large totes. They are essential accessory. You can see the choices are again limitless. Now you have to go shopping. Happy shopping! Now I have a special guest. She is a member also of Channel 10, and she helps me a lot with many things on my show. And she is also an extremely talented lady who covered the world with her expertise, and she will tell us all about her name. Artist name is Gayatri. And she is going to tell us about her expertise managing high fashion models, actresses and actors, painters, and very famous people. We are so lucky to have her here at Channel 10, who can tell us how she did work with all these famous people around the world. And also she was featured in the Vogue magazine. She's going to show you pictures. That was Madonna on the cover, and she was inside about her work. So you can see how famous and talented my guest is. Miss Gayatri, thank you very much for coming in and be my guest, so you can tell our viewers your expertise, because you manage like a supermodels. We are just dying to know about all supermodels, how they're behaving. Are they like us? Or they are really different, like they read in the paper?
Well, actually, I have to say they actually are a lot of fun. And all the people that I work with are so gifted and so talented. And they're always seeking to be greater and more developed and always growing and trying to discover. So it's a wonderful group to work with, because whatever I have to offer them, they just really grasp it and they go with it. And they do such beautiful work in it with it. They're so successful.
Who was your a special person that you managed and, you know, was like closest to your heart?
Well, they're all close to my heart, I have to say.
So your heart must be too big to cover everybody.
It has to be so big because they're such a wonderful group of people, just so wonderful. And I have to say they're all just really just been a pleasure and
to work
with. Really great. It makes my life fun and interesting and alive. And the work I do, where I travel all over, and sometimes I'm flown to location if people are filming on a set, because I've worked with a lot of very famous actors and actresses in Hollywood. And I used to commute to Los Angeles and work with them. And also in New York. All the art and fashion people in New York, the blue chip artists that were in New York, with Schnabel and Duong and McDermott and McGuff. And I also work with Gloria Agostini, who was Pierre Boulez's favorite harpist, because she was so talented and so brilliant. She could interpret his work. So it's kind of art and fashion, but then the music world with very deeply intelligent and profound classical musicians and singers and dancers, and also very high-profile people in the science world too. It's kind of mostly gifted and very, very high achieving.
So they needed actually direction. As I can understand that we are all prepositioned to do things like our grandparents or did that, so we continue like the same pattern. And she has some kind of expertise to turn them, to make their own destinies. That's what, it's all about.
It's
Okay, this is
gaining
interesting.
freedom from the past. In other words, we all have, families give us great things. We inherit them or learn from them.
But we don't have to stick with that, attitude or, this.
No.
We can turn and do our own thing, on our own way.
Exactly. In other words, but sometimes you have to take the good with the bad. There are great strengths that we inherit from our families and great weaknesses, and limitations that we want to transcend within ourselves. And so the idea is always to go beyond what you know you can do. Because discovering, the power of discovery, to see what's possible and see what our unlimited potential is. That's why when I work with these people, they really want to know what their unlimited potential is. They're really always pushing to go farther and farther, to expand, discover, and be greater. A greater person, greater at their work. And so the idea of freedom to really live out your true destiny is really what they're after, and that's the kind of person that I look for.
So you have a talent to change that attitude of people to perhaps, turn in different direction, not to repeat the same mistake or same thing like their grandparents did.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Just because you've inherited certain behavioral tendencies, habits, or patterns, doesn't mean you're stuck with them.
Not necessarily you have to, continue the same thing.
Right, or you learn them growing up. It's a combination of nature and nurture. But what can happen is that once you're able to create a communication between your subconscious impressions, which really we actually experience per second, over 20,000 unconscious impressions, and up to 2 million in our subconscious mind, where our conscious mind can only handle 5. So
wow,
we know
that's really,
and that's where all the memory is. And so this is what's really running us. But if we can't get our conscious awareness to communicate with the subconscious, so the right hand knows what the left hand is doing.
Right.
Because in the normal conscious state, they're amnesic to each other. So what I do is help people train their brain to be able to make this connection.
Can you show to the camera? I'd like you to show your cover of Vogue, where you had an article, the Madonna is on the cover, and it was an article in the Italian Vogue about her work, which is really most interesting. I found, that she was featured there with a big article about her work and how she, treat all these people, famous people.
There's
so
Madonna.
That we are all curious about to hear, how they do behave. Are they different than us, or just starving, to perfect whatever they're doing? Well, I think we are running out of time. I would like to thank you very much for coming in, and I hope we can continue this conversation at a later date. because don't you go away, don't turn this dial off. We are going to be right back with some new guests and jewelry designer and also the lady who does knit beautifully. So we'll be right back. And thank you, Jane, for coming in today and helping me. It was a really interesting thing what you're doing with all this celebrity. We are all dying to know how, you know, they're behaving. Are they different than us? They're probably same as us, just, you know, more exposed to the world than, you know, us, rest of us. But it is fascinating to know, you know, how, you know, they behave. So, you know, good luck with your work, and I hope, you know, we'll have more information next time. And bye-bye. As I promised you, I have two beautiful ladies with me today. I met one at the torpedo factory. Her name is Virginia Maxwell, and another lady I met at the show at the country club in Fairfax. And I noticed her beautiful jewelry. So you will have a pleasure of seeing what my guests are doing. Torpedo Factory, as you know, is a beautiful gallery in Alexandria where I had many guests so far. And it will be nice if you go there and look for the artists and see what they're doing. And I keep stressing, I think I sometimes sound like a broken record, that we have so many talent in Washington area. So I pick this talent, you know, from places where I go, attend the galleries, and Miss Morales is a very talented lady. You will see her jewelry also on the model. And Miss Maxwell has a beautiful knitted things, and things she told me she constantly knits, knits, and knits. And it looks like she doesn't sleep. She just knits and does nothing else. And you will see her beautiful, beautiful things on the models. Welcome, ladies, to the show, Miss Maxwell and Miss Morales.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming today, taking time from your work and family to come here and show our viewers beautiful things that you are making. Miss Maxwell is a knitter, as you can
crocheter.
Crochet. Yeah, this is a lot different because you do with one needle, is that right?
With a crochet hook.
Crochet hook, one crocheting hook. As you can see, this beautiful hat, I just love it. And it's a very beautiful color that can go absolutely with anything. And we are going to show also on the models the things that she knitted. And I'm sure everything else, all this jewelry that Miss Morales is doing, they can go with beautifully with any plain dress, and you know you will look absolutely smashing in all this her beautiful jewelry. I'm going to ask her many questions, so we'll know her work when she started. And also Miss Maxwell, look at, I love this hat. It's so pretty, isn't it? And it will look, you know, complimentary on just about anything. And you can wear this, you know, this is kind of cottonish, so you can really wear it just about a year round because, you know, the weight of the wool. You're using combination of different yarns.
It's a combination of yarns. It's cotton, some is hand-dyed, and then it's a combination with rayon, some wool. Some pieces have wool, some don't. And
do you make sketch first what you're going to do, or you just, you know, start doing it and whatever comes out?
I'm a creative crocheter, is what they call it. I don't go by any pattern. I just make it up. And I don't know what it's going to look like until I'm finished.
Wow,
and,
that's interesting. I love this hat.
Thank
it's so
you.
pretty. And you put some little embellishment here that you can, you know, it's a, do you make this? Or
this is from Japan. This lucite stick.
A lucite. Oh, you can dress it up, you know, so you
can
really dress it up. You know, it's not just, but it's defensive the way it is. And also, and this
It goes with the scarf.
It goes with the scarf. This is in the similar colors. So you can go together, or you can wear just a scarf with a pretty, you know, just a plain, like, you know, dress or jacket.
The scarf is an irregular shape.
Oh,
And
I see.
I use a vintage buckle on it. It can be used with the buckle or without. And then it can be a sash, or it can be tied over as a...
So did you crochet that piece also?
No, this is all sewn. I sew and I crochet. That's how I create all my work.
I see. When did you start working?
When I was 6 years old, I started my...
That was not too long ago.
Yeah, thanks, Olga. When I was very young, my mother and my grandmother started teaching me how to sew, crochet, embroidery,
Good.
do all those things.
That's too bad, you know, that art is losing these days. You know, everything is made by machines these days.
That's right.
So not very many people, you know, use hands, you know, to do crafts.
When I learned to sew, it was on a treadle sewing machine, an old Singer treadle. And it's been with me all these years.
And so you still have that machine?
Oh, no, not the machine, but the sewing has been with me.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Can
And,
we see some of her creation? Oh, as you can see, this is like a poncho.
It's a cape.
Cape, I see. And also, is this the shawl separate?
It is not hooked to it. It's not sewn together.
Oh,
and it can be worn with other coats,
without,
or suits
I
or something
see.
as well. And then the cape can be folded up into a square when you're not wearing it, and put it in your suitcase to take on a trip.
Easy to. Is this the wool fabric?
It's cashmere.
Oh, cashmere. I'm sure it's a light as a feather.
And I hand roll the hems, all hand rolled on there.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Thank
and her
you.
work can be found at the Torpedo Factory. If you have to go there and see all these artists there. Thank you. Can we see another model? And you explain what it is. This is another poncho.
Another cape.
And
the scarf. And this is out of a printed fabric that's wool and rayon. And the hems on this...
And you finish with crocheting, I can see.
No, it's all sewn.
Sewn,
okay. And then the edges are raw. It has a trim on the inside and the outside.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, can we see the next one? You know, she does, you know, in different things. It's just not this, for example, this is like a little fun thing that goes beautifully on with the black dress. And this can be worn on both sides, I understand. And on other sides, it's a little more funky, and you know, and this is a little more formal, but it's pretty colors.
I had peacocks in mind when I did this and matched the peacock
Oh,
colors.
that's a good idea.
And,
you know, it's very, very
And then the
pretty.
other side has all the strings. When you feel like having fun, you turn it on the other side. And then,
that's interesting. Like the double face, it's really lovely. Thank you very much. It's wonderful. Let's see the next model.
And this is another shawl. This is a little larger.
Larger,
than
but
the
it
other
also, you can wear it on both sides.
She has it on the stringy side. And
stringy
then,
side and just a plain side, but in different colors, so it all
it's
looks...
more sophisticated on the other side.
Oh, yeah, I can see. And she has some kind of fun...
I make a shawl stick to go with each one, and then it can be pinned in any different way.
Very lovely.
On there.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And she's wearing like what shawl?
This is my Lacy Lady scarf. My friend Ruth, that's the model, gave me some of her antique lace.
Oh, so you incorporate antique lace.
I put it antique lace in with that. And that's on cashmere with hand-rolled hems.
That's very luxurious. I see now when you say that, you know, antique lace how is incorporated with the cashmere. It's lovely. Thank you very much.
I think it's a nice combination.
Very
having
nice.
the two
And
together.
here is another.
This is my
shawl.
Southwest wrap. And it can be used as a wrap, or it can be like a throw.
Oh yeah, on your sofa.
Right, you can use it like that.
Lovely, thank you. That's wonderful.
Oh, she's got it around her head now.
Well, you can do anything with it. You can cover yourself on the sofa and be worn watching television. And this is just a little
a small shawl.
Small shawl, which also can be worn with a touch of gold, which is very stylish, and also can be worn on both sides, more plain and more like a little funky.
This looks good with linen.
I think that looks good with anything, especially the beige linen will be wonderful. The huge, like a hat, the straw hat. It will be absolutely stunning. Thank you so much. Well, she's really very talented, but I have another talented lady with me today. Her name is Yvonne, and this is my daughter's name. That's why that name is very dear to me. As you can see, her work is absolutely magnificent. And what kind of stone, Ms. Morales, do you use?
I use mostly gemstones. I use a little bit of glass. I use Swarovski and pearls, but predominantly most of my jewelry is made with gemstones.
So where do you get this material? Do you go to some special places for wholesale? Or?
I go to, yes, I do buy wholesale, and I usually buy in quantity. So that I can get my best price. And I go to a couple of shows. And also I've got some vendors that I purchased from online that I've already built relationships with.
Oh, so you said you have some very woven pieces which are very interesting.
Yes.
Would you explain to how you do it?
The ones that are out here on the table are bead stitch. They're done with thread rather than strung with the normal.
What kind of thread do you use?
It's a Nemo thread, and it's sometimes cotton, sometimes silk.
And is it strong enough to?
Very, and the beads do not put a lot of weight or stress on it.
Because they're lightweight.
There is no concern about it because of the way it's stitched. This is done in an old stitch called endobelly. It's an old Indian stitch. This is another stitch. These are yellow jaspers. And it's got a little.
An amethyst? Is it the amethyst on there? Or?
On this one here? No, these are yellow jaspers and a gold Swarovski crystal in between each one.
Swarovski crystal.
That's also stitched. This was a technique, the purple necklace is a technique that was, I learned in a class from a woman from Japan that works a lot of different work with crystals, and it's braided. This is done on a loom, and so it's basically a peyote stitch. And this
so where do you get all this idea?
Crochet.
Because they're all in different.
Review a lot of my industry magazines. I've taken a lot of classes.
And then you do your own thing. You
then
get idea how to do it, and
I may see her piece of material and say, oh, I like those colors, and it may go home with me. And I either will work with those colors or look at the beach
and get inspiration.
Yes.
Me have some model we would like to show her beautiful work. Look at these necklaces that she's wearing.
This is all bead stitched. I made the tassel, and after I made it, I thought, well, now what do I do with it? So for me, it was more logical to
and
hang
also
it.
the earrings, matching earrings. They're very pretty. Matching earrings, lovely. So you use really lots of interesting different materials and also different technique. It's not just one style that you're doing, so many interesting necklaces with gold and silver and different beads. Can we see another necklaces? Look at this beading. It's very, very exquisite.
It's a pretty slow process.
I'm sure it takes a long time to finish.
I've seen people who are quite fast with the loom. I have a small loom, but I'm a little slow with it, so it takes a while to move along.
Do you need like lots of concentration to do it?
I do. Well, you need both hands. You've got to line them up, pull your thread across, and it falls in between a set of strings.
And what about the clasp? Do you have different clasps? But as you can see,
are perches that are on the table. But I do also make clasp for a lot of
you
my
do.
jewelry.
Wow!
Yes.
I'm so impressed that you even do
I
clasp.
work in sterling silver usually and gold filled.
Gold filled. They're so interesting. Like I'm so impressed with this necklace that they're stitched, or I don't know how you call it.
This one here is
it a wire that you work with the wire?
It's a fine silver wire.
Silver wire.
Rather than sterling silver, it's fine silver.
But it will not tarnish.
No, it will slightly darken.
So it will probably even look more like a vintage if it is a little bit darker color.
Yes, just a little bit, not too much.
Do you do custom work or?
I do custom work. I have a large inventory of beads and various components, so someone can bring me a dress and
Yeah,
we can sit
they
down
would
and-
like special
Yes.
colors. You can
Yes.
do it a special to combine like between 2-3 necklaces to make the special
Right.
one for somebody, which is very nice. Do we have another lady? Explain what it is.
These are stick pearls. They've been very popular, and these are a very nice color. They're pink.
Pinkish, is it a pinkish
Yes.
color?
And
For
in
every day.
between them are quartz crystal.
Oh, I see. They're very beautiful. Thank you. We have more models. She brought so many beautiful things. I want you to see as many as possible because she is a multi-talented lady with all these beautiful things. Can we see another lady, please? Or looks like this is it, I don't know. But she, as you can see what she is doing, those are just a little sample of things that she is making, but she had some more. Okay, as you can see this, is this jade? Jade?
This is a fancy jasper in the middle, and there is a string of green jade and pearls with a little bit of crystal for a glitter going around and intertwined
this is pretty.
in and out of the major beads on that.
That is very, very pretty. The jade, the crystals, you have different things. Anyway, thank you very much. We are running out of time, unfortunately, but I would like to thank you very much for tuning in today. Of course, to thank Virginia and Yvonne for coming today and showing her beautiful work. And I hope you'll visit Torpedo Factory, and I hope you watch our show on first 2 weeks of the month, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you for watching. This is Olga Jevtich reporting for Fashion Notes. Thank you. Bye.